Today we have a very special day. We have John North, son, Mark North, here. Last time he saw the car, he was just 7, 8 years old, and he's here with me right now. Mark,
good morning.
Yeah, good
nice
to meet
to meet you.
Yes, yeah, we're meeting for the very first time, and we're going to take the cover off the John North Custom, and we're going to take a look at it. And Mark hasn't seen it in, I don't know how many years, 50 years?
No, I saw it in the 80s probably at one point in time.
So 40 years.
About that, about 40 years.
About 40 years.
Yep.
So here we go. We're going to take the cover off and we're going to take a look at it. And we're here in the garage because it's winter time in Chicago. We've had a very early winter and it's pretty cold outside. Gene Pitney, of course, was a famous singer in the 50s. His name, he had a lot of #1 hits. And you kind of remember Gene Pitney?
He was from town. He was from Rockville, where I was born and raised. He was known in town as the Rockville Rocket.
Tell us about the Gene Pitney story and how it pertains to your dad's car.
We came to the house and, talked with my dad, whatever, handshake deal. Next thing you know, the white pearl is gone.
Gene Pitney bought the car then?
Pitney bought the car. It went away. I don't remember seeing it around town, but it was around town. We're not sure exactly how long he had it.
You kind of remember him when he came over to the house?
I remember him coming to the house, yeah. I remember him coming in, and again, not a big deal. He was, I believe, a second cousin to my mother. I know there's a family connection somehow. Brian, who remembers the car, remembers where he parked it in a garage in Rockville. It was a one-car garage with double wooden doors, and he said the car was too long to fit in the garage, so he would get it to a point where he could get the car in the garage. He would put a blanket or a cover on the back of the car so nobody knew it was there, and then he would close the doors to a point.
You're talking about Gene Pitney.
Gene Pitney when he owned the car.
When he owned the car.
When he owned the car.
Couldn't even fit in his garage.
It was a little single one-car garage with 2 wooden doors. But at some point in time, the bullet incident happened. And the story goes that there was a gun and there was a bullet shot at the car.
Yeah, I heard the story, and I'm wondering how much you can confirm that Gene Pitney would take the car to the various shows that he would do that would be local, and he'd park it out there, and everybody'd know it was Gene Pitney's car because it was, special custom.
Yep.
And then one day after a show, he came out and somebody shot a bullet hole through one of the windows, and he thought, well, that was not a good sign. Maybe they didn't like the show. So after that, I understand that he sold the car and got a nondescript car to take to his concert.
And again, there's different stories with that. My recollection is the Crystal Lake area, Crystal Lake is part of Ellington, which is the next town over. And the Crystal Lake area was like, there was a ballroom there where they had concerts. There was also a boat club, which was a private membership club, and he belonged to that club. And from what I remember and what I had heard, this car was parked at the boat club and something happened.
I see.
Then.
Oh, okay.
I talked with a good friend of the family this past week. We spent a good hour reminiscing back and forth. They fill in the blanks for me a little bit. I'm going to go see the car. I'm going to see Joe, the caretaker right now. Give me a little more what you remember or what you know. He said, and he says, it would be hard to tell, but he says, look below the spotlight on the driver's side, and that's where the bullet hole was. So at some point in time, what I had heard and talking with the family friend was, yes, there was a bullet involved, and from my understanding, what he knew, the bullet was below the spotlight on the driver's side. He didn't believe it was the windshield or the glass. He had no proof of that.
Somebody else mentioned to me that because all the glass has a little pinstriking on it, that they didn't think that would have been this. So that makes more sense too, in terms of the historical story for that particular incident. Enough. What we have here is the steering wheel cover. That's the original steering wheel cover that was done by John North. Gene Pitney apparently just took a regular marking pen, ink pen, and he put his name on it with the date and everything, and just some further memorabilia that goes with the cars.